I woke up with the sun shining bright. Grabbed my pack, hit the trail for a hike. Through the woods where the trees are tall, hear the birds, hear the eagles call. I can get high.
All right, hitting the Beulah Trail, and going to be going what I call reverse. All right, and a gnat flew into my right eye. Woo-hoo. Oh crap. Damn. Anyway, just getting started. Going the reverse way. I had intended to go the reverse way for quite some time, just hadn't been back out here. And main intention is to end the hike going up that long trail, that long hill. And I've left my audio stuff at the house. Knew I was forgetting something. Didn't realize what it was until I got here. So, gonna be some close-ups to pick up the audio and stuff. Also, trail's a little damp due to overnight rains. So, I mean, it's not bad, mainly because it's rocky. But yeah, it's about 4.3 miles, and I'm gonna get started. All of this is like pretty awesome. High up on a ridge right here. We're gonna go down, we're gonna go up, we're gonna have a really awesome view, and so it should be a pretty nice hike today. And I'm planning on going over this staff a little bit more. This hiking stick. Anyway. So a few people and a dog have been out here today. One on a bicycle, hiker, a dog. Pretty easy to tell that from all the tracks. So I may also stop and put on some picaridin lotion from my backpack. Thankfully, I carry it in my backpack. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and do that. Yeah, just gotta love it when completely oblivious people ruin otherwise awesome encounters. Jesus. Oh well. Did give me a chance to put on my picaridin lotion, and hopefully that might keep some of the gnats away. Bugs are not bad out here today, surprisingly, since the storms yesterday. Rain and stuff usually brings them out, but so far, just a few gnats. Not even enough to get the gnat hat out for. Well, I left the gnat hat in the car, and I have the gnat head screen. I actually have two of them with me, I think. But yep, so far, pretty cool hike, except for the human that showed up. That was really bad timing. Really bad timing. Oh well. But some of the trees out here are just ginormous, huge. And that's pretty awesome. To be in a place where the trees have been allowed to grow without harassment or getting cut down for their wood or anything like that. This is pretty awesome. And the scenery is great, you know. I've seen one YouTuber hiking complain that the trail they were on was, you know, it's just woods. Well, do you want every hike you go on to have spectacular vistas and awesome scenery? Sometimes the woods, a hike through the woods, is even better. Yeah, spectacular scenery is spectacular and awesome. And if it was everywhere, you'd get used to it and not like it anymore. So, yeah, enjoy a walk in the woods, because the woods themselves are spectacular if you know how to look, if you pay attention. Yeah, it's like all the deer and everything else at Castlewoods and you know, several other places. People just walk on by, don't even notice that they're there. And I don't know what's going through their mind, but I prefer those kind of people just stick to paved walking trails in, you know, city parks, because they're not out enjoying nature. You know, they're not enjoying the woods. They're just here for a hike. You're not hiking, from my perspective, if you're not enjoying the woods. Enjoying nature, that's part of hiking. Hiking is not just putting one foot in front of the other. You know, it's enjoying being outdoors, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the woods, enjoying the animals that you see. Even if it's just squirrels, enjoying mossy patches in the middle of the woods. Enjoying how awesome the downhills look, and that over there's another place that goes lower. Maybe it's a pond, it's a water retention. Maybe it's a creek bed, or a occasional creek bed, looking up on the ridge. I mean, there's a ton of things everywhere in the woods to look around and enjoy. Now, with that being said, that is probably why I like, you know, to not go to the same place over and over and over and over again, because eventually, you know, you're gonna get kind of jaded. Like, oh yeah, that white deer's always here, every single time. Not likely, but you know, you can get jaded to awesome scenery. Like the people who live in Appalachia. You know, they're probably, stupid, narrow, winding roads with looking over the hills and mountains and stuff. That sucks. you know, and if they went to, I don't know, Kansas, they would be like, man, you can see forever. Look at this, you know, it's awesome. And yeah, me, I'm like, it's Kansas, it's flat, you can see forever, it's horrible. It's the Mississippi Delta, it's flat, you can see forever, it's horrible. Anyway, yeah, so the environment you're used to can get boring. So maybe don't go to the same place every single time you hike. Switch it up, go different places. And I mean, in Missouri, that's pretty easy. That's pretty easy to do. Even just around the St. Louis area, there's tons of hiking trails. And a lot of them, my kind of hiking trails, which is going deep into the woods, away from civilization. I had just put the camera away, but this section is pretty freaking awesome. Got the rock wall up here, or the rock features on the left side here, and you're cutting through some. Check that out. That is awesome. You know, and you got people just walking by, like not appreciating it. Oh, this is very awesome. Yeah, so there's at least 2 people walking through. Well, one's running, jogging, whatever. Just doing the trail, but not enjoying the trail, if that makes any sense. I like to enjoy the trail. I don't know, could be, heck, it could be an excuse because, you know, I'm fat and slow. But I do enjoy being in the woods, being in nature, you know, and if you can't look around and see the chipmunks, or the deer, or the squirrel, or the rabbits, or the birds, or sometimes even the lizards. There's a lizard over there. He's in the leaves. Can't really see him, but yeah. And look at the trees, man. Some of these trees are huge. The trees are awesome. Yeah, and it is hot, pretty hot. I've walked through hotter. Look at that, man. Come on. Stop and appreciate what is around you. Especially now, where a lot of it might get taken away. And that sucks. So I don't know if he's going to show himself. There he is. Let me switch over here. Look at that. Ain't he just cute? Hey, buddy. Ooh. Kind of difficult to hold this still. Especially zoomed in that much. But ain't he cute? You know, most people wouldn't even notice him. You know, that's all they see. Just dirt. Bye-bye, little guy. Oh, good. Happy I got to have a little bit more time to spend with that little guy than the other one way back there. I mean, how do you... Yeah, I ain't normal. That's fine. I just don't see how people go through their life so oblivious to everything else that's going on around them. I guess it must be nice, you know, because so many people do it. They just go through their whole lives completely unaware of what's going on around them. Like little, oh, that rock there is glistening. It's got little shiny pieces embedded all in it. And that's really cool. That's really cool to notice, to see. A lot of people won't ever even look. All right up here seems to be a good place to pull off the trail. Because there's a split that, well, let's see where that goes. Shoot, that's actually pretty close to the parking lot. Of course, cross country. But I'm gonna set up over here off the trail and explore the hiking stick. The hiking stick. So this is a multi-section hiking stick. I had some of these loose, but so you can start down here. It screws apart like that. That is the end cap. But each of these are hollow. That has nothing in it. The bottom could be weighted, but it is not at the moment. Aha! That has something in it. And this has something in it. So, one of the problems with wrapping it in something is that sometimes it gets stuck. So I've got Kinsology tape taped on these. Probably not the best idea, but it keeps it quiet. Now, someone on a forum I mentioned that on was like, well, making noise with your stick is good because it'll keep bears away. Yeah, well, I don't like to be clanking in the woods. It's like, and I'm hesitant to make this analogy, but I don't know, wearing bells and stuff like that, to me, it's like wearing a cowbell. You know, it might startle some people, might startle some predators, but it also marks you as prey. Screws in there. You can extend it. You can even add it to the whole pole, and you got a blade, bottle opener, saw, all kinds of stuff. You got another similar blade in here, which I've also wrapped in tape. Pretty much the same effect. A blade, probably a bigger sawtooth saw. So that one has a couple of extra tools, another bottle opener, saw, blade. Does not have a point on it, although that's pretty sharp. Now I did not cut myself, but close. So that's the whole idea of this walking stick. Multi-tool, multi-function, and I like to wrap it in tape to keep it from, or wrap it in some kind of material. My other one has gauze. Which gauze can be useful for some stuff. Don't know how many times you can stick and unstick the tape here, but it could come in useful for something. And then you just stuff it back in. After you're done, now I have used this not for a bottle opener, but for a lid lifter on my cook pot. So put it to the pole here, use it to lift up the lid, don't burn your hands, all that good stuff. But since I did show that that's got something in it, so there was at least one of these. There we go. I just added this today. Not the way it's supposed to come out, but this is a fishing kit. So I've got 2 lengths of line, a bear hook, and a couple of fly fishing lures. Now I had put some artificial bait and some hooks and some other stuff in my other hiking stick like this. And I had thought, I mean, I got some artificial lures in there, but they're not going to be real good if you're just wiggling them about. So the idea is to take the fishing line or paracord, and then tie the fishing line to the paracord, dangle it off here, and use this as a fishing pole. So with the fly, you just bop it out into the water, let it sit on top of the water, pull it up, you know, cast it back out, and pull in the fish. But I had artificial bait, and I'm like, well, that's not going to do anything. I can just wiggle it back and forth. That's not going to be real convincing. And I got a book on bushcraft, and it said carry fly fishing lures. And that's so much easier than maybe digging under rocks for a worm or what else to put on the end of a bare hook. Although in some places I have dangled a bare hook in the water and hooked a big old bass. Of course, I did hook him in the tail, and how that happened I have no idea. But for the most part, you're going to want some kind of live bait. The artificial stuff is not going to work well with a pole fishing, because you really need that reel to make it look alive. But the fly fishing, that might help. Paracord, a little bit of lead line for the fly fish. Just toss it out, let it sit on the water, wait for a bite. Just like fly fishing, only with a shorter rod. So I think that's it. So far this has been awesome. I like the cork and the grip. My other one is straight. The straight handle has its advantages and uses, but for hiking, I like the cork grip. So this is a little wonky. I'd like to know how to tighten it up just a little bit, because once you get your hand in here, you pretty much have to hold this string to get it to hold, or else your weight of your wrist is going to pull that right back out. So that's the only drawback to this stick, and you can really do without that. I mean, it helps sometimes like that, but it's not really necessary. So I may cut that off. I don't know, or come up with some other way to better keep that in place, because right now it's not really good at staying in place. Anyway, that's the hiking stick, and I'll put some references on where to get it up in the video somewhere. I don't know. So I'd been sitting over there wondering, about this. So it's obvious the trail goes that way, but what is that? Looking on some of the maps, so that is this trail, which pretty much goes right back to the parking lot. And we are going to keep on the other trail, which continues the 4.3 mile loop. So if you get to that point and get tired, just take that, and that's a shortcut. Ain't that just the coolest? Yep. It is pretty awesome. Hello, you beautiful beastie. Still just a fawn. Pretty. Yeah, she's about center of the frame there. Is she not pretty? Look at that. Right there. Very cute. Oh, better shot. And it's very cute and awesome, but she should really be running. Well, she's pretty safe back here, so that's just awesome. So I've been taking a little break. Whew. Heart rate got up to like 140 something. So I'm letting that cool down a little bit. Finished off my bottle of water with Ultima electrolytes in it. And switched over. Poured in my backup bottle, which is pretty awesome because it was, I have it in here. I have it in a sleeve, kind of like this, on the inside of my backpack. And it was actually still pretty cool. It has not been refrigerated at all. It had been sitting in my pack for like a week. And it was still pretty cool just from being in the air-conditioned house. So that was pretty awesome. So now I have some Salud lemonade in there. Another electrolyte mix, which is pretty good. I'll refer you to my blog post on electrolyte mixes and the comparison and why I prefer Ultima right now. So I've been sitting here waiting for my heart rate to cool down. It's down to 105. When it gets below 100, it'll probably pack up and head on out. But been hearing rolling thunder in the background. That was supposed to cue the thunder, but it's not cooperating. Some distant rumbling, but there have been some pretty loud thunders. So yeah, I'm thinking I need to go ahead and get on out of here. I've got 3.29 miles, so I've pretty much got a mile to go. And it's not stiflingly hot, but it's pretty hot. So I am soaked. Clothes are soaked, backpack soaked, chairs soaked. So I'm definitely going to be happy that I have my car towel. Also had a fig bar, Nature's Bakery fig bar. raspberry variety. Very cool. So yeah, about to pack up and finish up the hike. I hope I'm going to get to the overlook here shortly, which looking at the increased number of rock outcrops, I think I will. So yeah, I'm sitting not far from the trail. There's the trail. You hear that thunder? I hope so. Anyway, yeah, it's been a pretty good hike. Pretty cool. With the chipmunks and the deer, a little fawn. Wonder if there will be something else on the trail. Just one more mile, but I think we got the overlook and then that long uphill. And got to remember I did this on purpose for some reason. Well, it's not the most desirable wildlife to see, but you rarely see a buzzard just sitting in a tree. I think that's a buzzard. Possibly turkey, but nope, that's a buzzard. Not dead yet. Oh yeah, and here we come. An overlook. Sweet. Very nice. Very cool. I had been expecting to be down there. I forgot about this overlook on top here. Very awesome. But yeah, there's a whole like picnic area here. And a road. This is the scenic trail, or the overlook trail, and then we go this way. And we get yet another look. Very cool. Eep. This, coming to the end of this little boulder rock wall area, that's either before or right after the Shit. That's tricky. Ooh. Before or after, depending on which way you're going. In my case, after the overlook is this long rock wall, moss on it, all that good stuff. I am near the end of it. So if you want to see the rest of this cool rock wall and see that overlook in person, come on out to the Beulah Trail, Greensfelder Park, and have a little hike. So the overlook, there's a road that goes directly to it, Overlook Trail, but it's only about a mile, maybe a little less, a little more, as you walk the Beulah Trail, if you go counterclockwise. And it is very spectacular. Well, close to the parking lot, as you can see by the gate blocking the scenic overlook road that we passed or crisscrossed a couple times. Just started my car, and I'm so close I heard it start. So getting a little AC going. So yeah, that's been a heck of a hike, man. It's only there's my car. Crap, now this is getting muddy. Only been 4 miles or so, but also been 80-something degree heat. So took it out of me. Gonna get my backpack in the back of the car, put the towel on the seat. Y'all get out there, y'all have fun hiking.
I love hiking trails, state parks and national forest paths or conservation woods, but some damn people just straight up suck. Around the bend where beauty waits, water bottles, wrapper plates, soda can beside the stream, trashing up my nature dream. Leave no trace, 'cause I don't want to see your junk on my trail. If you can take it in, you can take it out. My trail ain't your trash can. Doggy poop bags in the trees, plastic hanging in the breeze. Just kick the poop off to the side, don't bag it up for me to find. Talking loud past wildlife scenes, missing out on nature's dreams. Too damn selfish to slow down, just entitled jerks stay in town. Leave no trace, 'cause I don't want to see your junk on my trail. If you can take it in, you can take it out. My trail ain't Walk the mall, it has trash cans. Keep your garbage in your hands till you find a proper place. Don't dump it in my sacred space.